I watched The Reckoning last night. Dang, it was an interesting documentary. Really. It was a story of trauma, power, money, and sex. My God. That documentary really showed what this guy was all about, really. Yeah, it was a story that was made on tragedy after tragedy. One of the things that stood out in this was like this guy was created by his mother Janice. You know, when he was growing up, she literally exposed the young man to all these things. She literally created a monster. You know, now Janice is or was a flying monkey, as they say. In this video, guys, I want to talk about why do flying monkeys in your life enable or even sometimes facilitate abuse. What was that? Hello, beautiful people. My name is Alula, and welcome to Awaken the Ego. Why do flying monkeys in your life enabled or even sometimes facilitate your abuse? As much as it's hard to think about, as much as it's hard to imagine, sometimes you hear stories of people that were supposed to be the most trusted person in their lives ended up being the abuser. Now, when you look at this situation spiritually, is that many chosen ones say, as spiritually we came here, we picked all the experiences that we're meant to have in this world as part of our journey. You know, now, no matter what happens to you guys, what I would say on this matter is that is your 100% responsibility to clean yourself of things that happened to you in the past. Now, the only choice that you got, guys, is either to work on yourself to clear off your trauma or things that have happened to you in the past, or continue down the path that you're on, just like this guy. Come to think about it, if I hadn't really started this journey to work on myself, particularly on things that happened to me, that was not even my fault, guys, by now, I would have been in a completely different situation, really. You know what I'm saying? It's your responsibility to take matters into your own hands and begin the journey of healing. Funny enough, one of the most interesting things that happens to you after you heal is that you begin to distance yourself from people around you, especially your family. Why? Because you're beginning to see who they really are. You know what I'm saying? When God chooses you guys, you're going to encounter people that will teach you an important lesson. And that includes, guys, enabling, abuse, from themselves or even from other people, whether it's physical, sexual, or even spiritual. Now, this lady Janice Combs really opened the door for this guy Sean Combs to be abused spiritually. The other thing that stood out in this documentary was that this guy is a person that knows exactly how witchcraft works. One of the escort guys that was on there was saying that it was as if they were performing a ritual every year on the 9th of March, on the anniversary of Christopher Wallace's death. They would invite him, make him perform sex on his girlfriend, and collect his semen. The guy was all puzzled. He started thinking to himself, why are these people collecting my semen? Guys, that is somebody that knows how witchcraft is exactly. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get down to the points. Now, as a chosen one especially, why did the people who are meant to look after you, why are the people, guys, who are meant to protect you, enable the abuse sometimes you suffered, or sometimes they even facilitate this abuse to take place? Why did it so? Why is it so, guys? The first one is that so that they can create a monster. You know what I'm saying? So that they can tune you to the frequency of which they want, or which they know. This is the situation with this guy, Sean Combs. It's like the mother guys created this guy to be who he really is. Maybe she wasn't able to fulfill the things that she wanted to. So she made her son be that person that she could not be. That is the case with a lot of families and parents or people that are random of the chosen one. Yeah, maybe when you're growing up, these people, they can see your light. They can see, and they know, especially mothers now, how far you can go. They can see how great you are. Now, they begin the journey of constructing you to be the person they want you to be. If these people were abused, now they'll begin to abuse you or facilitate this abuse to take place. You know, they said that she would dress him up like this gangster guys and expose him to all these different people. Pimps, drug dealers, hustlers. Yeah. But there's something which they left out that I'm sure that happened to this guy. I'm pretty sure that there was a sexual abuse, which made him the person he is today. Now, just like that, guys, if you're a person that is chosen by God, things will begin to happen to you that are hard to fathom sometimes. But now, the only question that you got to ask yourself is that if this thing worked on me, what kind of person would I be? What I mean by that is you can either, guys, like be used for the negative or begin your journey of healing. In fact, the best revenge or the things that you can do to that person is not to turn out, to be the person they wanted you to be. Flying monkeys facilitate abuse because sometimes they're so jealous of their children. Guys, this is so common with women. In fact, when there's like jealous women, Jezebels, have daughters, you know, they guys make their lives a living hell actually. Why? This is jealousy. This is envy. Especially if that Jezebel lady or the father, has not fulfilled the things they wanted to do. Now, since they have this little person under them, this person can be whatever they want him to be, especially if they show high vibration, early on in their lives. Jealousy begins to set in. They start to hate the child. They start to give the child the worst treatment. This includes facilitating abuse from them or from other people. All right, moving on to the next point. Why do flying monkeys in your life facilitate abuse? Sometimes, this is for the innocent ones actually. Sometimes they do these things unknowingly. Sometimes these people might have a good intention. Now, this story that happened to me was I think this is like 2 years ago. I was in this place in Atlanta visiting my mother's brother. When I saw him like this, he said to me, this is a couple of days into me staying with him. He said to me he had bought me a ticket to go to Tennessee so that I can visit his sister. I went along. I didn't want to, but then when I came back from this trip, I just said to him, man, all she did was just talk bad to me. Why did you even send me there? Now this guy, he had a good intention. He wanted me to see a family member. But then when I went there, all that happened to me was being abused. No, he did that unknowingly. You know what I mean? No matter what happens, guys, no matter what happens, no matter the reason why it happens, you have a responsibility to clear yourself so that you can be who you really came here to be. I like this video. Subscribe to this channel. Until your next video, God bless and take care. Bye-bye.